A small boat lost control in the rapids just above Niagara Falls, and a 7-year-old boy went into the water, heading straight for the edge. There was no barrel, no rope, nothing between him and a drop the height of a building. What the people on the shore saw next, and how it ended, is something not one of them ever forgot. It was the 9th of July, 1960, a warm summer afternoon. A man named Jim Honeycutt, a family friend, had taken 2 children out on the upper Niagara River in a small boat, 7-year-old Roger Woodward and his 17-year-old sister, Deanne. They had done this before. But that afternoon, far out on the river, the boat's motor failed. A pin in the propeller had sheared off. With no power, the little boat began to drift, and the current it was drifting into ran one way only, toward the falls. The river above Niagara is not calm water. As the boat was pulled downstream, the current turned to rapids, fast, white, breaking over rocks. The boat was thrown around, and then it flipped, and all 3 of them were in the water. Now there was no boat, no engine, nothing to hold on to. 3 people, caught in the same cold churning current, were being carried toward the same edge, and the edge was getting closer fast. Roger had on a small life jacket. That was all. On the shore, people had seen them. 2 visitors from New Jersey, John Hayes and John Quattrochi, ran to the railing at the water's edge and reached out as Deanne was swept past. They caught her. They pulled her out of the river about 20 feet from the brink of the falls, a few seconds from going over. But Roger was further out, in the fastest part of the current, and there was nothing within reach of him. No hand, no rope, no rock. And so, wearing only that life jacket, the 7-year-old boy was carried over the edge of the Horseshoe Falls and disappeared into the wall of mist below. Below the falls, the tour boat made of the mist was doing what it does every day, carrying passengers up toward the foot of the cataract. And there, in the churning water, the crew saw something they could not believe: a small boy in a life jacket, bobbing up and down. They threw him a life ring. It took a few minutes and 3 tries in the rough water, but they got it to him, and they pulled him aboard. He was alive, with only cuts and bruises. The man who had taken them out, Jim Honeycutt, did not survive. Roger Woodward became the first person ever to go over Niagara Falls without any protection at all, no barrel, no plan, and live. But what makes the story stay with people isn't only the impossible drop he survived. It's the few feet that separated his sister from the edge and the 2 strangers at the railing who reached out in time and held on.